Hi everyone, it's Miss Elise from the Morristown and Morris Township Library, and today I have another exciting baking craft for you. Today we're going to make homemade chocolate chip cookies from scratch. They're super easy, super fun, and extremely delicious, so let's get into the ingredients. So the ingredients that you're going to need for these cookies are fairly simple. You're going to need 2 1/4 cup of flour, 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. It can be light or dark, it really doesn't matter. It's just going to affect the toffiness of your cookie. You're going to need 3/4 cup of white regular granulated sugar. You're also going to need 2 eggs, about a tablespoon of salt, a teaspoon of baking soda, 1 cup of softened butter, so 2 sticks, a teaspoon of vanilla, a large mixing bowl, a mixer or a stand mixer. Make sure you have a parent who can help you during this step. You're also going to need a whisk. That was my oven, sorry. And a melon baller, I think this is what that's called. And you're also going to need some cookie sheets or baking trays. So let's get started on how to make cookies. To start off, we're going to be mixing our dry ingredients first. So I've already measured out 2 cups and 1/4 cup of flour in a small bowl. And now I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt. Sorry, that's my cat. He wants to go outside. And you're also going to need a teaspoon of baking soda. Once you have that done, you're just going to give this a quick mix to get everything incorporated. And we'll move on to the wet ingredients. So I'm going to start by adding my sugars. So this is 3/4 cup of granulated sugar. I'm then going to add 3/4 cups of brown sugar. I think I'm using light brown sugar today. I'm then going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. And I'm also going to add in my sticks of butter. I'm going to cut them in half. I'm going to cut them into smaller pieces, just so that way it's easier to mix into the sugar. And now I'm going to beat this together with a beater or mixer. Once I have my mixture kind of looking very creamy like this, and incorporate it as much as possible, I'm going to gradually beat in my eggs. So I'm going to do one egg at a time, beat a little bit, and then continue until it's gotten to a very creamy texture. I'm only using 2 eggs, by the way. So let's get started. Now that we have the batter all mixed up, I'm now going to be adding in chocolate chips. I'm using regular milk chocolate chips for these. You normally would want to use a whole 12-ounce bag, but because I have what I have, I'm just going to use up the rest of this. And I'm just going to fold them in using a spoon. Your dough will be very hard to mix, so I recommend getting some help for this. Or, if you got strong muscles, try it out for yourself. You can also add a lot of different things in your chocolate chip cookies. I know a lot of people put nuts in them. Obviously, if you're allergic to nuts, don't do that. I know a lot of people put in white chocolate chips too, or butterscotch. That's also really delicious and totally recommend. You could even put sprinkles on your chocolate chip cookies. So now that we have that done, I'm going to get out my 2 trays. At the beginning of this, you should have preheated your oven to 375 degrees. I may have forgot to mention that. But you can probably preheat the oven now while you measure out your cookies on your trays, and then continue with the rest of the baking. So I'm going to be taking my melon baller. I think that's what this is. Or a spoon would also work. This is, I think, much easier, but I'm just going to scoop a small ball from the mixture onto the tray, and it creates the perfect size cookie. And I'm just going to continue this until I run out of room. You want to make sure that they're kind of spread out, since these are a spreadable cookie. But you can probably get between 9 and 12 on a tray, depending on how big the trays are. I don't know how many cookies this will yield, but probably about 2 dozen, 2 or 3 dozen. One tray to go. I'm now going to put my cookie trays into the oven for about 12 minutes? 9 to 11 minutes. And then take them out and put in my second batch. Obviously, you can reuse the trays if you have more cookie dough, but I'm going to use what I have right now. And maybe eat the rest of the cookie dough. You You want to let the cookies cool for about 5 to 10 minutes before actually taking them off the tray and putting them on a rack like this one. So that way the cookies have an extra bit of time to actually set and become their cookie selves. The cookies will then cool anywhere on the rack from 10 to 20 minutes before they're fully solid and ready to eat. Thank you so much for joining me this week on learning how to make chocolate chip cookies. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that your cookies turned out just as well as mine did. I'll see you guys next week with another craft video, and I hope you have a good one. Bye.